How have you guys been enjoying the Baldur's Gate? Been enjoyable to watch? Fun to interact with? Too much story? Not enough story? Too much leveling? Not enough leveling? I've been loving the D&D port. Like it's the closest to playing D&D we've seen yet, which has been very fun. Not enough character creation. Yeah, well, I was trying to get into it a little bit. I certainly could do some more character creation. Personally, I always like character creation. The more, the merrier. Who are you? What are you?
You know. I think in your heart, you know. We wouldn't be here like this if it weren't destiny.
We've got a brain parasite that talks to us. There's a lot of explanations that explain seeing things that are not destiny.
Come now. I'll make you feel better.
Custom character generation. Do you think this is a
Let
default
yourself
character
go.
profile?
Lean back.
Do as she says. Embrace the mind parasite.
So eager. Hungry. But
Something in your blood stirs and twists, recoiling like a wounded beast. It wants her gone.
you're not ready. I will return when you are. But I do have a parting gift.
Parting gift is... You gained a new power from your illithid Tadpole. Power is the power ink blot. Okay. Do we all have ink blot or just me? Reflective shell. We all have a new unique ability. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these illithid powers are not amazing for us. I mean, good stuff, obviously, but... all I wanted to do was see the implementation today of the level 4 perks. I don't actually want to finish the playthrough. I don't want to burn out in this game before they get all their fine-tuning for it. I was really pleased to see that we could do a stealth sequence if we wanted to. Wasn't immediately clear what we would do once we gained access, but gaining access through their back, like secret passage with the sleeping guys around it was pretty nice. It looks like they are going to have feats, which is really nice. We're going to see the importance of level 4 for characters. Granted, I'd like to design my own characters. Maybe we could try these things real quick to see what they do, but... See. I haven't explored the Underdark. There's so much I haven't explored. I'm 100% aware of that. The goal is not to explore everything. But rather to... I just want to see level 4. Oh. Ooh, that is a cool animation. I'm really very curious as to where these are coming from. If it's time passed or if it is number of rests. I mean, that's the same thing, time passed, number of rests, but or if it's progression of the storyline. Yeah. Number of rests. Interesting. Nice ability. That's essentially Death Ward, right? It's progression and number of rests together. Okay. Does the game have proper D&D leveling? 1 level up is 4 to 8 hours gameplay. I don't know, man. I don't even know if the leveling scale is set as it will be in the base game. I got to what I wanted to see today from this, which is I wanted to see how they handled the feats. I like the game. I kind of want to do a quick summary of this. I know some of you have been kind of tuning in and out for this. The game is pretty good so far. It does suffer a little bit from the interface not really reflecting what the player wants to do a lot of the time. That still is very difficult. Hopefully that will get resolved over time as they work on that. There's tons of bugs in it for sure, and tons of weird interactions like mages learning cleric spells off of scrolls and this kind of stuff. And, you know, we're missing a lot of features still and whatnot. But I like that they're designing it hypothetically with like stealth to be part of it and moving around and sneaking in and trying to do that. I've been really pleased to play D&D in a video game and not have it feel really bad, so that's been fun. It feels like that captures for me a little bit of I have actually played Baldur's Gate 1 a million years ago. Captures a little bit of that for me, which I thought was pretty nice. Anyways, so I'm liking what they're doing with this. It definitely doesn't feel finished yet, but they literally released it a week ago in early access. Released it into early access a week ago. So I'm expecting a lot of improvement. This is a game I would like to spend some more time with, but I think I would like to wait until it gets a little bit further down the development cycle. Maybe a little bit closer to release. The storyline seems fine, but you're going to very quickly with the linear storyline, if you play through it once, you're going to know what that storyline is, and you're not going to be able to experience that quite as organically. So I'd also like to not spoil too much of the storyline for that. The fights are better than they were in DOS 2 from my perspective. I really found DOS 2's combat system a little clunky. It was a combat system that really begged for cover and doesn't have cover. So all your turns are spent like out in the open near people. And there's a little bit of that here, but D&D doesn't have a cover system, so it feels a little bit more natural to be in those kinds of positions. Still very weird because it's tough here to see like LOS compared to the opponents. The opponents always know where the LOS is to attack you, etc. So it's very difficult to find positions of safety, which means that you seem to be forced to essentially avoidance tank. And the way they seem to target very often just the lowest armored character that they can. So D&D has a cover system. No, it really doesn't, chat. You can get AC off of like crouching behind shit, but basically it doesn't have a cover system, not realistically. So I don't know. I think it has some potential. It's gonna really matter what they do in this next year of working on this. But I already like it more in DOS too. Yes, it uses that system, but it's really using a system it's really using the D&D system with that engine, and I think this is a fine engine for that. Gotta be careful with things like all these explosions and traps everywhere that aren't very, very fun to deal with, and there's too much looting of crap, and inventory management seems like a bit of a bitch right now. But overall, I liked it. I'm really looking forward to seeing how they implement social magic, so casting like Charm. Charm was very difficult to do in the actual D&D world too, so I'm kind of interested what will happen if they get Charm and Charm Person and Friend and all this stuff in there. And I'm also interested to see what they end up doing with the resting system. Right now, because they have told me that I have a parasite, which is a fatal condition that's potentially advancing over time, I've been very hesitant to long rest. But at the moment, it doesn't seem like there's any penalty, maybe besides that. Maybe that is the penalty. But like, if I sat here and just like long rested for like a week, what happens? Does the game ever end? Because right now, I essentially have infinite resources, right? Which is really not something we want to be seeing. So D&D has its own issues with resource management, right? The idea that, especially the balancing of the short and the long classes. But anyways, so I got what I wanted to see here, which was, it looks like it has some potential long term. And I'm kind of excited by that. That's something I can put on the kind of back burner of games to check out on channel. And when it does get to release date or much closer to a release date, we can check it out and maybe do either a full playthrough or at least a bit more of an in-depth exploration. But I got to be really careful because for DOS 2, I played the alpha on the initial island like once or twice, and by the time release came around, I didn't want to play through that same sequence of storyline for that much time again. So I'm going to try to avoid that by not going too deep into this playthrough. So I'm probably going to just leave this here, and this kind of got me the experience of what I wanted to check. All right, but presumably once we're past the guards, hard to perfectly recreate D&D in a digital setting. I should be expecting a lot. I don't know what to like. I don't know what the deal is today, chat, with you guys. I'm kind of getting annoyed a bit with this. The game is a D&D port. It's playing Baldur's Gate with a straight up 5e system. It's designed to be exactly what I'm describing, a way to play essentially 5e in the Baldur's Gate universe with those rules. That's what it's attempting to be. Holding it to what it's supposed to be is kind of the point of evaluating something. If it's supposed to be a turn-based strategy game with good balance, then it's supposed to be a fucking turn-based strategy game with good balance, right? Am I being disappointed by early access? Possibly. And I've been fair with that so far. I keep saying this game really needs to work on translating intent into action, and I keep saying this. But we don't either A, totally shit on it because it has problems, or B, totally give it no requirements to do that. You evaluate it and you say, hey, how well is it doing what it's setting out to do? How well is it delivering on the promises it's making to you? And I am frustrated right now with the translation of attempting to do something that isn't just brute forcing wandering through a camp killing it, and actually trying to get my characters to behave in a way that lets me do that. Like, characters doing things like when I jump over a pit in the secret back entrance, 3 of them running to the front and aggroing is crazy.